Well, hello and welcome to the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for being here, whether you're a first timer, long timer, cross watcher. You know the deal. You are always welcome to this most unusual tarot reading. I do a brand new reading every day, 365 days a year, so I'm especially glad to have you here today with me to talk tarot. So, for the first timers, what makes this tarot reading different from others? Well, first of all, it's archetypal, 8 to 10 cards from 4 different decks. There is a nice split of energy in 4 decks, but because only 8 to 10 cards, we keep the Tao philosophy in check. Remember, Tao means very simple, very basic, very empowering. And this whole read is about you and empowering you. And because of that, I focus on manifesting energies. I do not predict. Predicting gives power away in many cases. You're waiting for somebody to do this, something to happen this way, this, that. Here you have the manifesting energy. You can choose to tap in, tap out, your choice, but it's always your choice. You have the power. I do a hyper shuffle. That kind of starts everything, and I'll show you that in a moment. And I try to get the reading in about a 10-minute window because of you. Remember, this reading is all about you. You have a life. You got busy things going on all the time. A 10-minute read every day, because I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year. You can easily fit into your daily schedule. Take a look at the manifesting energy and then make a choice. You keep the power. All of it begins right here. This is the Oracle deck, and we're about to do the hyper shuffle. There you go. There is the hyper shuffle for today. Let us get to the manifesting energy card. It's mending. It's mending. And you see the 52 up here. That means for 7, 5 and 2 is 7. It's a very spiritual card. So this is a situation of mending probably what's in you first. And God knows we all have a lot of work to do in that area. But maybe in so doing, as you are, so is the rest of your life. Maybe if you begin to mend you can begin to put the parts and pieces together of your life. And really, that's what 2022 is going to be all about, putting the parts and pieces back together. The last couple of years, the parts have been disassembled. And now it's time to put the parts of your life back together, but in a new way, not the same old way. Because if you do the same thing the same way, you're going to get the same results. You don't want that. So the mending will primarily be focused on you, but that mending activity, that energy, will manifest in the rest of your life, putting the parts and pieces of your life back together in a new and better way. You may still be debating a little bit in terms of how to handle that mending. We're looking at the Two of Swords. And we got the full moon coming up in just a little while, a couple of days or so down the road. So we see that in the card. That might be a clue. Also, you see that this individual has 2 swords. Swords are information, are truth, are language, are thoughts, ideas. And this person has 2 seemingly reasonable ideas. But the swords are crossing at her heart. And here she is, or he is, I'm saying it likely would be a her, but whatever. The point is, this individual is right in front of this big puddle of water, this big lake or whatever it is, a lot of emotion. And yet, this person is blocking their heart. And that would resolve the dilemma. You have to make a choice. Don't block your heart. That will allow you to see what your true choice is. And frankly, at this point, when we're talking about mending the pieces of your life, you've decided that this is a done deal. How you're going to get there, well, that may be up for question. But again, several times in the past few days, the 7 of Wands shows up. This is battling. This is saying, okay, enough. This is where I plant my flag. This is where I begin to battle to make changes. And it doesn't have to be, your typical battle idea. Maybe it's battling with the devils inside you first. Remember, we're talking about mending. So if you mend your life with you first, watch it just explode in the rest of your life in a very good way. You are becoming your own Hierophant. Yeah. You are becoming your own pope. That's what the Hierophant really signifies in the tarot. You are not depending as much on outside authority, outside approval. Not anymore. The last couple of years have changed that for you. So now you are deciding to forget what the outside is telling you and listen to your inside, because that's where the mending takes place. Follow you. Follow your feelings. And in fact, to kind of emphasize that whole idea, let's move to the next card. The Fool, my favorite. My favorite. Lots of yellow in the background, lots of positivity, lots of enthusiasm, and lots of faith. Really, really big. Because faith is blind to almost everything else. If you believe, you know, you trust, you do. And you are in the process of mending your life, putting the parts and pieces together. And it will require, among other things, it will require faith. And it will require a belief in you. But you got the juju. You got it, the Sun card. This is the first magnifier card. This is nice. It brightens, lightens everything. You can see clearly. You have the energy to get it done. You are prepared. If you were just to stop for a moment and think about it, you are more prepared to mend your life than you've been in the past 2 years at least. You're ready. Although not all the answers have been answered. You haven't crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's yet, but you know. You're ready to do this. And the Sun card says you will have what it takes to get it done. And the second magnifier, Page of Cups. Remember, pages change the storyline. This page is bringing love. Let's work on self-love, huh? If you're going to have to mend yourself to mend your life, and that's really what 2022 is all about, putting the parts and pieces of your life back together again, but in a new way, this is the great way to start. This is a fabulous way to start. Love yourself. That story is in the process of changing right now. And the vice versa cards, this in reverse, this is the Star. This kind of emphasizes the whole idea of mending, because the Star is hope, it's guidance, it's inspiration, it's harmony, it's healing. And that's what's going on inside of you as we speak. You are healing the parts and pieces that need mending so that you can rebuild your life. And what it's going to take, I've always said this, you get the Ace of Cups, it's self-love first and foremost. If you love you, you can love somebody else. It all begins and ends with you. And that's why this mending situation is so very important. It's great energy. Mend yourself. Put your life together in parts and pieces, new pieces if you have to. But move on. Go to where the waters are calmer, where the situation is better. Six of Swords says, yes, you have learned a lot. The swords say you've learned a lot. Your thinking is clear, clean, direct, and you're ready to move into the future. Now, like these people in the card, we're not seeing exactly what they're going into, but they know it's better. They can feel it's better. They think it's better. And so do you. So, the manifesting energy for today, mending, putting together the parts and pieces of your life, but in a different, new, positive way. Is good read. Hey, remember, for the folks at YouTube, thumbs up, right? So they know that you like it. Very important in helping me build this channel. And of course, the idea of subscribing is also very good, because you get the daily feed right there in your YouTube feed every single day. And since I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year, it's kind of like automatic. Yeah. So that's the message for the day. Mend your life, beginning with you. So between now and the next time you and I get together and talk tarot, blessings.